Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best ever bolognese sauce to serve over pasta. This is my ultimate favorite recipe. It's the go-to holiday family gathering. This is the recipe that everyone in my family loves, and we make it all the time. For many years we've made it this way. It's something that you need to allow many hours to prepare like you would a Thanksgiving turkey, but once you get it started you don't have to keep working at it all the time, but it will take a while to cook, so allow at least 4 hours. So the ingredients are very simple. You begin with your meats. We have 1 pound of ground veal, 1 pound of ground beef, and 1 pound of ground pork. Then I have very finely chopped up carrot, onion, garlic, and celery. So make sure you chop them finely so that's how you're going to make your mirepoix. Then I use a nice Italian dry white wine, some whole milk. I use a can of diced tomatoes and some tomato paste. And that's all that you need. A little bit of salt and pepper and you have everything you need right here. Begin with your pot over a low heat. You want to cook this low and slow. You don't want to brown it. You want to sweat it and allow it to simmer together. So you start with about a half a stick of butter, a few tablespoons of olive oil, and then I have my chopped vegetables. I have 1 chopped onion. I have 2 chopped carrots. I have 3 ribs of celery and 6 cloves of fresh garlic. Now I'm going to stir them all around, get it all mixed up. Do not cover this. You want to cook it low and slow, let it sweat, and it almost will dissolve into just the sweet richness that's delicious. It's been about an hour. The vegetables have all been sweated and broken down. They've not been browned at all, and it's time to add the meat. So I'm going to add my pork, veal, and beef. It's going to cook in a unique and interesting way. The fat from the beef and the pork will render. It'll raise the temperature in the pan, and the fat is going to help brown and cook the meat. And this process is going to take between 2 and 4 hours. But you want to get it all stirred in together. And then of course you're going to salt and pepper each layer of your cooking. Every time you go along and you add or change something, add a little more salt and pepper. So for the layers of flavor. For about an hour in, the water has cooked off and evaporated, so the only liquid left is the fat has been rendered, and it's now sizzling and crackling and cooking the meat. Can you hear it? It's continuing to brown the meat, so you need to be patient. It's been cooking for 4 hours. All the fat is fully rendered. There's little scorchy bits in the brown meat, and it's delicious. It has a nice full flavor. So now the arguably most important step is adding the tomato paste, because the tomato paste is going to combine with the meat for a rustic, rich flavor layer. So you have to stir it all in there, get it all combined. And then of course, salt and pepper this layer. You want to salt and pepper each new layer that you incorporate for full, magnificent flavor. Now I'm going to let this cook for 45 to 60 minutes. It's been 1 more hour, and now the tomatoes will help deglaze and add a layer of sweetness. I'm going to have them all poured in here for a new layer of goodness. The layer of flavor is going to allow the water to evaporate, and I'm going to cook it like this for about 30 more minutes. It's been 30 minutes. The tomatoes have all been incorporated into this beautiful mixture, and now I'm going to add 1 cup of whole milk. The whole milk is going to help deglaze the pan. It's going to add a coating of creamy goodness that will coat the meat and keep it from drying out and help it be plump, moist, and delicious. Allow this to simmer for about 10 more minutes. Now it's time to add a dry white Italian wine. It's going to add sweetness and acidity. I'm going to pour this in. I'm going to make a nice layer over the top. It'll probably be equal to a cup or 2. I'm going to stir it in so it's nice and saucy, and I'm going to let the alcohol cook off for about 5 minutes. Finally, the benefits of being the chef. It's about time. This is amazing. It's been 5 minutes since I added the wine. It's all simmering. Now, finally, you put on the lid. Don't put the lid on any time before now. So I'm going to let the whole bolognese sauce simmer for a minimum of 1 hour, probably 3 to 4. And it's going to be the best bolognese sauce you've ever made in your entire life. It takes a long time, but it is definitely worth it. It is the just best sauce you're ever going to eat in your life. We've cooked this for 4 more hours and then prepared our favorite pasta, which is fettuccine. Then you place your cooked noodles in a pan. You stir it together with your sauce. If it's a little bit needs a little more liquid, add a bit of your pasta water. Stir, 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 and blend the flavors. And this is going to be the best pasta ragu bolognese you've ever had in your life. Please try this recipe. And please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel and have a wonderful day.